Parshas Ki Seitzei Tafshin Pei Vav. So while we unfortunately, had to return from Eretz Yisrael, and we thought we'd be back in Bikur Cholim headquarters tonight, but Baruch Hashem, due to a major chasana taking place out of town tonight, a Bikur Cholim chasana, so it's just better to give the shir in a remote location, and Emir Hashem, we will have it uploaded a little bit early this week. And our parsha begins, Ki Seitzei la milchama al oivecha, Unisanoi Hashem Elekecha biyadecha v'shavisa shivyai. When you will go out to war with your enemies, and Hashem will, if all things go right, then the Hashem is telling us that we're going to win the war. But that's the first pasuk in our parsha. And the Mefarshim speak about the use of the words Ki Seitzei. Now, if you're learning Nesivos Shalom with us over the past couple of years, you know that the Nesivos Shalom speaks many different, says many different pshat on this pasuk. But we're going to try to focus in today on one aspect of Ki Seitzei that the Mefarshim want to know. Why do we have this lashon of Ki Seitzei, going out to war? Why does the pasuk not just say Ki silcham, Ki silachem be'oivecha, when you're going to have a war with your enemies, and then whatever follows will follow? But why is it that we specifically say going out, Ki Seitzei la milchama, going out to war? Just say when you battle your enemies, and this is what the Torah is telling you, the following halachas. So too, ask in the Nesivos Shalom, why does the pasuk say Ki Seitzei la milchama al oivecha, on your? The Torah is being specific over here and saying that you're going out to war, with oivecha, your enemy. Just say that you're going out to war with an enemy. Why does it have to be your enemy? Why does the Torah specifically say oivecha, your enemy? So on this, Nesivos Shalom tells us that it seems by saying oivecha that we're speaking about a very specific known enemy and adversary. And this is something we've spoken about a number of times over the years of our Nesivos Shalom shir, that the Nesivos Shalom explains first by observing that all these parshios of Ki Seitzei, and if you've been following the Torah and parshas in last week's parsha, in this week's parsha, there's a couple of times actually that the Torah uses the lashon of Ki Seitzei, of going out. In our parsha, it happens to be going out to war, but the Torah uses the lashon of Ki Seitzei, and you can look it up a couple of times in the last few weeks. It says Ki Seitzei, and the Nesivos Shalom points out that the Torah says this lashon specifically of going out to war in these parshios, which always come out and always fall out in the month of Chodesh. It comes out in Chodesh Elul. This idea of Ki Seitzei, of going out. And of course, as we know, we've mentioned so many times, and Nesivos Shalom teaches us that nothing in the Torah is random. And if it happens at a certain time, and something is written in a certain way, then it has a lesson for us, and there's a reason for the Torah doing it. And Nesivos Shalom tells us that specifically, that the fact that it says Ki Seitzei in the past few weeks in Chodesh Elul, he brings down from the Zohar and from other Svarim HaKadoshim that this going to battle is a reference to the constant and eternal battle that every person has with their Yetzer Hara. We're going out to battle this time of the year in Chodesh Elul, ki Seitzei milchama, specifically in this week's parsha, when you're going out to war, and it mentions it other times, ki Seitzei milchama v'nishmartem mikol davara, ki Seitzei milchama ala yavecha. Always we're going out to war, and the Torah is telling us this specifically in Chodesh Elul to reference to us this constant war that we have to go out with, the war that every person has with their Yetzer Hara. And it's dafka in this month of the Yemei HaTshuva that we need to know and we need to remind ourselves that a large part of our purpose in this world is this specific battle with the Yetzer Hara. That's the reason we came here, to battle our Yetzer Hara and to grow and to overcome and to keep and try again in this battle with the Yetzer Hara. And our neshama, we have to remember that our neshama, every yid has the neshama inside them. Our neshama comes down from an extremely, extremely holy place on high. It comes down from a place next to the Kisei HaKavod. Neshama, it's a shocking experience for a neshama. It comes down from such a high place up there to this world, to this mundane and troubled world, which is full of taivas and full of challenges. The neshama comes down over here, and all the different things that the neshama has to go through, and all the shocking experiences that the neshama has to face in this world, and goes through all the tribulations that a person goes through in life to do this job. The neshama comes here to do this job. What's the job? The job is to fight the Yetzer Hara and earn schar, and to grow and to cleanse the neshama that each person has, to be in this constant battle. And the Nesivos Shalom says something very interesting. He says every person you have to be cognizant of the fact, and you have to realize that there's nothing wrong with this battle. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's the way the world is supposed to be. Your neshama comes down from such a holy place, and now it's in your body, it's your neshama, and there's so many things that the neshama has to struggle with, and you have this battle on a daily basis, 24/7, from the minute you're born. You have this battle with the Yetzer Hara, and that's the way it's supposed to be. That's how we earn our keep. That's how we grow. That's how a yid makes himself better. So sometimes people think, says in the Nesivos Shalom, that there's something wrong. What's wrong with me? I'm constantly battling. No. You're supposed to be battling. That is the way life is set up. You have a job to do. That is your job. So the Torah says a lashon of ki seitzei to tell us ki seitzei la milchama, when the neshama goes out, when the neshama leaves the place on high, that holy place next to the Kisei HaKavod, when the neshama leaves, ki seitzei la milchama, when it goes out, and it leaves that very comfortable and beautiful and holy place, and it comes out to this world, ki seitzei la milchama leivecha. Neshama taka, that's Hashem set up the world that the neshama should do that, and it goes out, alayavecha, and now for the rest and the entire duration of a person's life, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be battling the Yetzer Hara, ki seitzei. As soon as you come out, as soon as that neshama comes out from that holy place, and you have that neshama for life, now you're in a battle for every minute of your life. And when a person is born, it's not a problem. That just means that your job has begun. You're beginning to fulfill your purpose in this world. And then the Nesivos Shalom says a message which is so important. The message that I find very, Nesivos Shalom has different types of lessons, different things, and now he's talking to people, and every one of us could identify with this, and it's something that we have to remember, especially during the month of Elul, when we introspect and we try very hard to become better people. Nesivos Shalom says, one of the questions that we asked at the beginning of this year, we answered the word ki seitzei. Now we need to talk about the word oivecha, your enemy. So the lesson that really we have to take out of this word oivecha, why does the Torah say oivecha, specifically your enemy, it's because that now that we have said that the enemy that we are speaking about, who is that enemy? What is that enemy? The enemy is the Yetzer Hara. It's our enemy for life. It'll be that way, Amir Hashem, for every person, happy and healthy, till 120 years. Every moment of your life, different stages, different things, different situations, you're fighting with that Yetzer Hara. Now that we established that enemy is the Yetzer Hara, we need to know oivecha. It's your Yetzer Hara, your challenges, your tafkid in this world. Remember that your job in this world has absolutely nothing, zero, to do with someone else's job. Not your neighbor, not your chavrusa, not your friend, not your workmates, nobody. Nobody on this world, nobody on earth. Many times people could find themselves saying, well, if he can, he has so much job, why don't I have problems with it? No. You have your challenges. You have your set of things that you are supposed to accomplish in this world, and that has zero to do with your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your neighbors, your friends, your chavrusas, whoever it may be that you come across in your life. Looking at them is a waste of time. It's an exercise in futility because it has nothing to do with you. And you're just driving yourself in the wrong direction if you start comparing yourself to someone else. Every person has their job and their own set of challenges. Concentrate on your issues, your problems, your things. You want to grow. You want to be a better person. You watch everybody else. And many times, the world is just, look around us. It's just built on this kind of garbage, for a lack of a better word, of everybody judging this one and judging that one. Why are you wearing this? And why are you doing that? And why is it taking you so long to accomplish this? What? What does it have to do with you? It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you. Rabbi Seinu Akdoshim, Nesivos Shalom say a very scary thing, that a person can spend their entire life, your entire life, doing Torah, va'avoida, mitzvahs, davening, chesed, everything. You do all the right things, yet when you come up after 120 years to face the music, when you come up to answer some questions, they may tell you that you missed the boat. They may tell you that you didn't fulfill your destiny. You did not fulfill your tafkid. You may have gone by other people's standards. You were so worried about everybody else and maybe just trying to be better, to show other people up, to this, to that, so you could spend your whole life just doing the wrong thing. No, what you did, that wasn't a challenge for you. That wasn't your job. That's not a challenge for you. So you accomplished that, big deal. That was easy for you. That was nothing. So a person, that could happen to a person, and that alone is a very, very scary thought. You're busy looking at everyone else. You took your eye off the ball, and you are not, you have no business looking at anyone else. You were just in the wrong ball game. You were in the wrong place. So let's all take that lesson. Let's take that lesson and use it during Chodesh Elul to refocus. Ki Seitzei la milchama. Our job is to go out and battle. We're going out. We're going out to battle. Our neshama left its habitat. It came here. It's with us. We have to work on it. We have to go. That's our battle. Ki Seitzei la milchama. What? Al oivecha. Look at yourself. Look at what your enemy is. Look what you have problems with. Everyone has a different set of circumstances, right? Fulfill your goals. Fulfill your job. And then Hashem will be smiling at you. Will be saying, yes, you finally got it. You finally understand that this is your job. You're doing the right thing with Chodesh Elul. And as we always say, do it with a simcha. Don't do it with this, I know, Elul, right? Just do it with a simcha, with happiness. Refocus. And then we will all be successful and victorious in this battle of life. I wish everyone a wonderful, beautiful, and happy Shabbos.